For you see, long ago, lived an ancient deity by the name of Grandfather Cat. Grandfather Cat was once a malevolent god who smited any and all that dared cross his path. He was a warrior destined to be stained by the blood he left in his wake. Under him were two other deities named Senza the Great and Candy the Magical Margin. These three deities once lived in a harmonic balance ruling over the primitive cosmos. That is until the fiendish Nazar arrived, nicknamed the Fool's Beacon, as he believed he was superior to all in the universe, providing false hope for the troglodytes that dared defy Grandfather Cat. The battle between the Fool's Beacon and the three great deities was a long one, as the Fool's Beacon had used his influence over the troglodytes to amass an army. Bravely, the three great deities, led by Grandfather Cat himself, fought the unworthy horde in an epic bloody battle, leading to the Fool's Beacon's ultimate demise. After very little consideration, the Fool's Beacon was banished to the fiery depths of Tartarus by the great Grandfather Cat. Tartarus was the hellish litterbox of Grandfather Cat, in which the enemies of the deities were sent if not killed. At first, Grandfather Cat was dead set on killing him, but had been persuaded that torturing him for all eternity would be a more fitting punishment and a worse punishment than fucking death. And so, the Fool's Beacon was promptly sent there, but not before the Fool's Beacon did the unthinkable. He shot Grandfather Cat's wife, Homera. The loss of Grandfather Cat's wife deeply impacted the trio. The loss of their close friend and companion plagued their minds, and a rift was driven between them as they argued about what should have been done to prevent this tragedy. Grandfather Cat thought they should have killed the Fool's Beacon while they had the chance, while Senza the Great believed they did the right thing banishing Nazar, as he would pay for his crime by being tortured for the rest of eternity. As time marched on and new life began, the three deities ruled over their respective quadrants, observing all beings that lived in their once great sanctum. Of these beings lived humanity, an unworthy yet fascinating species brought into existence by the great Shizuku Hazuki for Grandfather Cat's entertainment. Shizuku was Grandfather Cat's loyal attendant. She was in charge of bathing, feeding, and providing him with clean litter boxes. For many millennia, all seemed to be going well. The remaining forces of the Fool's Beacon had been extinguished, and the three great deities had reunited as friends once more, following Candy the Magical Margin's recent discovery of resurrection magic, bringing back Homera. Homera being revived had some unforeseen side effects. She could now time travel due to the magical power that Candy instilled in her. Using this, Grandfather Cat and his newly revived wife, as well as the great Shizuku Hazuki, time traveled to the modern-day Japan in July of 2016, where the great Shizuku Hazuki found herself occupying a job in the video game industry. She was the game director at the company of Eagle Jump. There she worked with lowly humans such as Aiba Suzukaze, Yagami Ko, Hifumi Takimoto, and young fucking Lijima. There, Shizuku would care for Grandfather Cat as he learned more about the lowly humans to later enslave them and use them for battle should the Fool's Beacon ever return. He did this by pretending to be a normal cat. Little did the humans know of the great presence that lived around them. As for Homera, she went out exploring the multiverse, eventually meeting a girl called Madoka and grooming her into one day joining Grandfather Cat's harem. This marks the end of Act 1 out of 100 from the Holy Bible.